Hello everybody, I'm hoping that is working. Takes a little while to land everywhere. Hello to everybody who doesn't know me. I'm just checking the groups to make sure that I'm live on my page and in my groups, just to make it a little bit easier. So I'm Lisa Pearson. Yes, it's all working. And I'm going to try something else as well. Hold on. So, lovely. Right. Today we are talking about journaling, my absolutely favorite subject ever. If you're watching, let me know. I can see comments on my page. I may not be able to see comments on my groups. I'm not sure. So I'm going to pop into one of them and try and keep an eye. I will turn the volume down so I'm not listening to myself. See if I can keep an eye on any comments turning up there. Great. So how do I use journaling? I use journaling for absolutely everything. Everything. I always have one journal, partially because of my OCD paranoia when I had too many notebooks everywhere and it used to stress me out and they never got finished. And the journals I use now are dotted journals. So you can probably see, can you see those dots? It's just more flexible. I just really, really like them. I do not use set out journals because even the set out that I'm going to show you today, I change it. I change it constantly. And that is one of the things I was going to say to you. My advice for journaling is get a dotted journal. Don't get one that's set out. And this is not a chore. This is for you, so you adapt it to make it work for you. That's the whole point about journaling. It's not about being perfect. Sometimes my journals are beautiful. Sometimes they are scruffy. Too many books. You can see the dots. Good. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. The other thing about having one journal is a lot of it is being a bit of a perfectionist. I often don't appreciate my journey and how much I've achieved. So having it all in one place means I can look back over my 3 months and do a really, really fair review. So that is how I start. When I'm starting a new quarter, that's what I do. I go through and you'll see it's not particularly pretty. I will go through my previous one and it just says July review, home, and then there's a July review work. And I go through and it gives me a brilliant sense of perspective. So for instance, just going through July, August and September, I can totally see how my absolute focus on making sure that I adapted my business to be available for the kids and on getting physically stronger myself so that I was emotionally stronger really worked. I mean, those of you who don't know, I did have a bricks and mortar business, and this was the first summer that I have really been present for the kids for 8 years. And it's obvious because of the amount that is in my home review and the much less that is in my business review. Okay, and that was something I specifically set out to do for my business. I was doing a lot of restructuring, reorganizing, re-strategizing, and personal shifts. So that was my plan. And it really, really worked. And right at the end of the quarter, so I did that, but I also do a lot of tuning in. So it's like a meditation and tuning in to where I'm going. So the next step, the step on from there, and the next. I do it in a three step stage. And so I did lots of journaling on where am I not showing up as that aligned person with that end goal. And I was really strong. I am showing up for it in this way. and I'd made massive leaps forward in the past 3 months, but I was not showing up in quite a long list. There's no way you can tackle a massive long list. It's really scruffy, right? Your journaling does not have to be pretty. So here is the I am showing up. Here's the I am showing up. Here is the I am not, right? And so what I did was I just cherry picked a few of those things to really focus on next time around, because that guarantees your success. Is don't try and fix everything. Just fix a few things. Then you'll have some success. Then you'll feel successful. Then you'll tackle the next things and you'll be successful with them. So that was the other thing that I really, really did. And I did loads of journaling, which we're going to talk about in a minute, on how to break through any blocks. So what I wanted to show, what I promised you I would show you is, I'm just going to make sure there's no comments there. Yeah, what I promised you I would show you is how I set up my journal. Now, it's really weird. There was something really strange going on for me last time, because I left lots of blank pages and I started on section 2, which I'm going to tell you about, but I didn't actually finish setting up my journal until mid-September. And that's where I want you to, it's okay to work your journal the way that works for you. It's really unusual for me. Normally I am really sorted and really set up. There were so many shifts that it probably would have been pointless. However, it doesn't matter if you do change your mind. What I have here, so this is an example of where I did change my mind. Can you see how thick this piece of paper is? You see how thick it is? I just get another piece of paper, stick it over the top. So don't worry, you don't have to get it right. It's really important. You don't have to get it right. However, I wanted to show you this because I really love, I mean, I've been journaling for years. I was going to look actually, how long have I been journaling for? It is a long, long time, but I really love how I've set, or how I'm planning to set it up, because I haven't completely finished, how I'm planning to set it up this time. So, first off, you've got to really understand my challenges. So obviously I've got a chronic health condition. That can mean that there's a lack of energy. It can also affect me cognitively, so I can get a bit, you know. And then I have the old habit of being, you know, as a project manager, I was in IT, I was a bit of a perfectionist, and I'm more orientated towards let's tune into our goals. Let's not get into the heavy. I love a bit of strategy. It's really, really important, but, you know, generally speaking. So there was a real shift in how I wanted to set this up in comparison to last time. So some of it is to handle day-to-day challenges. So the first bit is right on the edge. I actually stuck this piece of paper on, and it gives a really, really clear description of what I'm going to do every day, what I'm going to do from a business club perspective, and what I do from a sparkling club perspective. Because obviously my priority is first to me and my health, and then to my existing clients, right? I don't know if you've watched any of my previous videos, but my commitment to myself, because of my health and because of a lot of life challenges at the moment, is that I only work 3 hours a day. And part of this process was being really honest with myself about how I wanted my day to go, how I wanted, what I need for my physical health, which, you know, is Lyme disease. It's quite serious. What I need for my internal buffer. So filling my buffer is all very well doing your vibe and your mindset and your affirmations and all the rest of it. But if your buffer is depleted, then your mindset, vibe and affirmations are just going to suck the living daylights of it, because there's nothing holding them up. All right. So I wanted to commit to that, and I wanted to commit to my health, and I wanted to commit to my kids. My daughter was going into year 7. She's autistic, likely ADHD. My son's going into year 10, so he's taking his GCSEs. So those were my absolute priorities. So my business, you can see why it took me 3 months to completely rethink how everything was going to work in 3 hours a day. And it does work. And this is my message to you. You can have your health, be strong, look after yourself, and run your business in 3 hours a day, and therefore be able to support your kids and have fun with your kids. Let's not just support them because, Right, so that was that. Now, this is therefore my action plan. Now, of course, I know this, but on the days when I'm stressed, right, or ill or whatever, I need to remind myself, what am I meant to do on a monthly basis? Right, and on a weekly basis, what am I meant to do? It's to bring me back sometimes because I've got a bit of a flare on. What am I meant to do on a daily basis? Actually, the way that my system works is a very, very easy process. Because of my health, I'm no longer doing Facebook challenges. I have a monthly theme that will lead to a masterclass that brings in new clients. All the social media is based around that. On a weekly basis, I have tasks. I've got 3 tasks ignoring the self-care that I do on a weekly basis, and on a daily basis I have 4 actions on a daily basis, one of which is serving my clients, 2 of which take 10 minutes. That's how I manage it. So that's my action plan, and that's what I do. Oh my god, life has hit some kind of rocky point. What was I meant to be doing? I checked there. So that's really important. Right. Then at the beginning of my journal, it's always, mine's a bit crazy this time. I've gone mad with the stickers. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm very pretty, lovely. This time it's like, whoa, there's lots of energy. So this is just to remind, this is one of the ways that I align in the morning, is I'll have my key message for the quarter there. Right, so my key message is there's an internal shift going on with me from organic marketing to I suppose organic marketing, which works really well when you're first starting out, to much more attraction marketing. It's a slight shift in that. And it was reminding myself of some of my much longer term goals. Then I had, remember I talked about, this is I commit to. So this is a slightly extended list that I just talked about, from the review. So this is what I commit to. There's quite a lot on there, but actually it's not. There's about 3 things on there. Actually, it's just been broken down. And then rather than affirmations, I make choices. So in the morning I'll get up and my current choice is flow. So I will go in the shower and I'll go, I'm choosing flow. That's it. It's ever so easy. And then I've got, they're like affirmations, but they're more like heartfelt, and they're little sayings. So for example, my social media posts do all the work for me. Okay. The minute I track my money, it grows. It's something that I know is really, really true for me. And so repeating that will just strengthen that belief and help me to act in a way that makes it happen, This is a nice one. I like this one. PayPal pings daily with payments. So that's, I choose the flow. So these are just a few things that I am focusing on choosing for my quarter. So this is section 1 of my journal, and section 1 of my journal is all about my goals for myself, my kids, my business. I tune in first. I don't just start writing randomly. I will do a meditation and tune in intuitively to my soul, the soul of my business, and so on. And then obviously what I am and am not choosing. And then I start to look much more at so I also had a bit here, because I'm doing quite a lot of old habit drop-in. So I had a section saying I'm no longer available for. I have quite a big section on health. I still need to focus a lot on that. Got my wheel of life, and then I've got my goals. There's 3 sections to my goals. So there's a lot of blue going on this time. I'm no longer available for. This is what I'm doing for my health and buffer filling. This is my wheel of life, which I'll fill back out again in 3 months' time. I often drop the wheel of life back down to lower levels and then let it grow up over a year. And then I've just got my goals. So my goals are a lot to do with my buffer. Last time it was to do with getting a lot stronger, and I've been swimming and everything's a lot more toned, especially around my tummy. This time it's about resilience and a little bit of weight loss. Then there's about how many clients I want to attract, and then it's real commitment to up leveling my daily business habits. Then I've got a page for, when you have a wobble, right? You have a wobble, you know what your goal is as to where you want to go in your business. You might, or if you're not doing it for your business, it might be where you want to go in your health. Maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to get stronger, fitter, something. So I know I don't believe that focusing on the how is really important, but when I have a wobble, I need to just remind myself that it's possible. So that's what it says here. It says how it could grow. And it's just got some numbers in there so that when I'm having a wobble, I can go, yes, look, it's easy. Just like you can go, hard for my weight. Yes, it's £1 a week. Easy. Yeah, so that's how it could grow. So that's for a wobbly day. Then for when you're running a business, anybody watching this who isn't running a business, you need to be really key on your messages. You could think of it as running your family, and you need to be really key on what the focus is for your family this month and what your messages are. So these are my key messages. I've been really stickerifying it today. For some reason, I've been really into my stickers. So, for example, my 2 key messages are learning to gracefully navigate the ups and downs of life, feel calmer, stronger and sparklier, using journaling, meditation, healthy lifestyle and the low blame law of attraction, turning lemons into lemonade. So that would be my message for mums in general if I'm on TikTok or my podcast or my free group, the Mama Cafe. And then for my business one, it's helping mums earn 2 to 5k per month from their business in just 3 hours a day, leaving plenty of time to support the kids, enjoy life and take care of themselves, using biz and social media strategies, techie updates and tuning into your intuition. So that is a reminder of what I am doing. I am helping mums earn 2 to 5k a month. I can earn more than that, but my business is about that. And I really clunked into that this 3 months. Now, somebody at the door. This next bit I haven't managed to fill out. It's a manifesto, and I'll show you what it is. So in my business club, I created a manifesto. I suppose you'd say it's like what you stand for, right? So I will be translating this into the new one. So what I stand for is, if you're running a business, that it's more important to be happy. Choose happiness first, which means being present, choosing ease, stuff like that, and remembering business is a journey of personal development. All my advice is about saving time so your business can be streamlined. A lot about money mastery, because otherwise you make money and then spend it on your business and you have nothing left for the family. And then it's about the actions, when you have your strong foundations, then your daily actions literally can be like 3 actions a day, and it can fit into the 3 hours. So that's that. If anybody is interested in that, you can download it from my website. It's called the Ultimate Success Checklist. And I will be having one of these for health as well. I'm just finishing it off. So that's why this is empty so far. But I'm going to put these in because when I'm doing my social media, those are my key messages. Yeah. And my other key message is this one. I love a bit of drawing. Is that in order to succeed, whether it's in health or in your life, you need community support. I'm a big fan of group programs, a big fan of community support. I think it's really important. You do need daily good habit nudges, whether it's to running your business right or whether it's to having a healthier attitude to life. You do need accountability and focus. Unfortunately, we all do need a little bit of keeping, and then we do need information and knowledge. Although I'm all about tuning into intuition, I give lots and lots of information and knowledge because we have to know the stuff so that we can then tune into which bit is right for us. What I haven't finished is why me. Now this could be for you, whether it's your business or your life. It's just to remember why you. I'm trying to look in one of my old journals if I've got I normally have this. I normally do have it somewhere in one of my old journals. Have I got one? It's really good if you have a lack of self-confidence on anything. So for instance, why you? Maybe you are just really, really kind. Maybe you're really, really healthy and fit and you take really good care of yourself. In terms of business, you know, we could say it's because I've got 22 years of experience as a coach, 32 years in business, you know, loads of in-depth training, huge amounts of walking my talk, masses of mistakes that I can save you, right? So that's your why you. Now, if you're running this, if you're looking at this from a business perspective, if you're not, hold on in there because there's plenty of non-business stuff. If you are, then what I also do is I make sure that for my ideal clients, I've got listed what their likely pains are and what my key messages are for that arena. So, for example, one of the pains of the people who join my sparkling club is that they're very overwhelmed by life, and it tends to make them want to just like hide away and from life. And one of the messages that I give off a lot is about if I can, you can, and turning lemons into lemonade. And then I haven't finished this side, but this side is everything that's in the sparkling club. So, but from the perspective, from a high level perspective, what are the benefits? What will they get from it? They will get a weekly healing. They'll get information about the law of attraction. They'll get tuning into the moons. Those sorts of things. Those are there. I'm going to write, I haven't done the sparkling books bit, but if I look in my old one, I haven't transferred this. There are days when I'm that busy and I've got that much stuff that I do that I forget what's in my stuff. So that's what this is. This is for my business club. So I've got 3 levels. So it's highlighting what's in each of the content programs, the business builder, the business leadership, and the group program. So it needs finishing off, and then what's in each level, just in case I forget. And then for the sparkling club, I have written a lot of books, so my plan is to write all of that out. So that is stage 1, section 1. It's my USP, why me, key messages, content pillars for social media, benefits, features, potential growth. So I'm really, really clear on that. And then we go into the planning diary section. Okay. Now I've changed this month. So I am going to have for each month, see it says October, over this weekend, I will do a little meditation. I will tune into October and I will tune into what's my focus for myself and my business, what are my ultimate goals. And in that case, for the business, it will be I already actually know because I will actually be planning ahead, but it will be what's the masterclass, what are the key messages, you know, from a planning perspective. So I really wanted to step up my let me explain. I have been very much in a space of survival and strengthening, and now I'm in a space of thriving and a lot more focused progress and moving forwards, and hence my journal's changing. So every month we'll have this, so it will have a lot more pre-planning, which I did used to do, but a little bit spontaneous, and if one of my flares hit, it could get a bit wobbly. So I'm also changing how I do my weekly summary. Let me show you my old one. Right, this is what it used to look like. So there was a lot of diary stuff on this side, and then there's a lot of like planning stuff on this side. Some of the diary stuff, I suppose I'm stepping away from the story of my life, so I'm changing it. Now, this is section 2. This is really, really important because what it does for you is it means that you move into your month ready. It means that you are tuned into your month, and because you've written it down, you have grounded your plans for the month. It helps you to stay focused. It helps you to really stay on track. And for me, with my health, it helps me to pace. So anybody who has a chronic health condition or is very creative and has high levels of anxiety and sensitivity, this is crucial to making sure you don't get overwhelmed. From a business perspective, it means that you stay consistent. So on one side, it's a short summary of each day and an overall summary of the week at the bottom, and at the top there's a blank line because I might put something like Halloween, half term, someone's birthday or something, so I keep track of that. On this side, it's weird. I always my left and right is terrible. Right. There we go. Right, on this side, first off, I will do a meditation for each week as to what my focus is for my health, my business, and my home. So, for instance, it might be, for home, it might be keep it calm. For my health, it might be push it a bit further. For my business, it might be get shit done, right? Then I've got goals. They'll be simple and achievable, one goal. Then I've got meetings, priority. So what is my priority? I don't really put to-dos in here, but what's my priority that needs to get done? And obviously over on the health side, I track my sleep, I track my steps, and I track my mood. This helps me know if I don't do it, then I tend to overdo it. I therefore also list meetings. That might not be necessary for you at all, but for me it's important. For me, I have to be really careful about how many meetings I plan in a week. Then I've got my social media plans. Then I've got my blessings. So every night when I come there, just write down a bit for the day, and then I write some blessings. It's a discipline and a habit that's really important. Yes, Joe, I will. I'll take a picture of that format for you and stick it. But like I say, I change it constantly, right? So you've got to think through what you might need. And I put that, so I have filled out that section already and worked out how many weeks it would be, making with a blank double page for each month. And that's how I can use the one journal, because the next section, section 3, is for everything else. Okay, it is for my training notes. If I do any training of any kind, I'm doing a lot less training nowadays, but at some points I was doing like a load of training, personal development-y type stuff, or techie training or whatever, and it was actually useful to see where in the month I did it. And those I used to highlight. Yeah, I'll show you. So when I was trying to find things, I would highlight it. So that's why I had different colors for different things so I could find it. The most important thing I do is there's quite a lot of stress in my life still, and I offload my upsets. So, and I did, damn, I've just lost. Oh no, I haven't. I've got it. Yeah. So journaling when sad, and I will go more depth into this in my Sparkling Club. But basically, I'll go right. I feel crap, sad, upset because. Hold on. I'm just going to answer this just in case. Hello, Lucy here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll come and get her because my son's sick. Give me 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay. No, I know, but he's really sick. I'll come get her. Bye. Sorry, that was school. So I'm going to breeze through this fast, and I'm going to have to put a message in my group for the next thing that I was going to do. Right. Okay. So journaling when sad. I feel sad because blah. Normally it's because we've created a story about it, an assumption of what people will think, what it will mean. We fortune tell. We clairvoyant. So you just get all of that crap out. All of that crap out. Down. What's the worst thing that could happen? What would I like to change about it? What beliefs is this triggering in me? When did I feel like this before? Now, I don't want any of you who've got previous trauma or anything like that, you probably wouldn't want to do that question, because this is not about re-traumatizing you. You would want to do that kind of question with a professional. But it's about just getting the crap out, right? And generally when I do that, I'll do a healing process as well. I have a specific 6-step healing process that I do. And from there, I will do some inspired journaling, creating my reality. I would love my life. This is how, and as you start to write, it comes automatic. Journaling is magic. It's been scientifically proved that journaling will improve your what's the word? It's because I've got to go in a sec. It will improve your immunity, and because you're writing it down, when you're trying to fix a problem, you cannot always fix a problem from your logical left hand side. When you start to write, you tune into your right hand side, and that's why you find answers that you didn't find before. So once I've had a problem, then I'll start to go, what would I love to have instead, and then I'll start to come up with all sorts of ideas. I will also sometimes it turns into ideas. This was something I did ages ago. This was a mood board for my different social media. I love a bit of washi tape. Sometimes it becomes an affirmation. My priorities attracting. This is when I used to spend so much time helping people I forgot to attract my own money. And I am enough. That one was really good. I am enough. Then the other thing is questions. We torture ourselves with questions. Why do I do this? Why is this happening to me? And all the rest of it. You put the question in your journal and answer it. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. So this, I'm gonna have to run, obviously, because I've just had a phone call from school. But this is the key to me having survived my business going into liquidation, survived my business partner being a scam artist, handling my health, clearing out huge amounts of cognitive dissonance from toxic situations. And this is why I'm so passionate about it. So this is why it is combined into everything I do. If you want one of these journals, I have a link. It's an affiliate one for Amazon. You're really welcome to do that. But I like these Dingbacks journals. In my sparkling club, we do journal prompts every week in order to help clear things out, and it's only $15.99 a month. And there's so much more. In my business club, we use the journaling prompts to tune into, where do we want to take our business to? What's the soul of the business wanting to tell us? And we use it a lot for mindset. Like I say, in the last couple of weeks, I've done lots of, what's getting in my way of having a lot more members? Why, where am I not showing up in the way that I want to? Loads and loads. There's loads. Journaling is just love it. I'm really sorry I'm going to have to go. Obviously, I've got to go and get Willow. But take really good care. Please do send me your questions and I will try and answer them. If you're a mum, join the Mama Cafe. If you're a mum in business, come and join Mum Your Own Business. Actually, you don't have to be a mum. Both of my things are open and available to anybody. It's just that I am always going to talk as though you are lacking in time, energy, and resources, and you've got kids around you, so you've got demands on your time. That's all. My stuff is just orientated towards that. Great. Okay. Take good care. Please do share this with anybody that you think might enjoy it, and please do put hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. See you soon. Bye.